The big story of the day, where turmoil has gripped the NDA alliance in Bihar once again, as Nitish Kumar seems to be setting to dump the BJP and return to his erstwhile ally, the RJD. If sources are to be believed, the divorce may happen as soon as today or tomorrow, even as Nitish Kumar, who has summoned all of his party MLAs and MPs to meet the party leadership in Patna, and that's going to happen in a short while from now. Remember, this is the final nail in the coffin when it comes to the defection of the JDU strongman RCP Singh to the BJP, sparking fears of Uddhav Thackeray-like fate for Nitish Kumar. He fears that it is the BJP that is orchestrating a break a JDU plot with the help of Chirag Paswan.
सत्ता परिवर्तन बीजेपी का जो स्थिति है, केंद्र से लेकर राज्य तक जो उनके काम करने का ढंग है, उससे हम लोग भी त्रस्त हैं और जनता भी त्रस्त है। इसलिए हम लोग चाहते हैं जो बीजेपी की सरकार जितना जल्दी हो चला जाए। नहीं, ये तो हम लोग इसमें तो कहना बड़ा मुश्किल है अभी, लेकिन हम लोग चाहते हैं जो सेकुलर सरकार अगर बन जाए तो हम लोग उसमें रहेंगे, हम लोग का मदद रहेगा, लेकिन वो भी आला कमान की सहमति के बाद। जदयू का बात जदयू बताएंगे, आरजेडी का बात आरजेडी बताएंगे, लेकिन वो जो घटना चक्र हम लोग देखे सब लोग बुला रहे हैं, इससे हम लोग को भी इस बात का आभास हुआ जो कुछ होने वाला है। तो हम लोग भी आला कमान से बात किए, वो भी कहे अपने विधायक को आप भी बुला करके बातचीत की।
जो बात मैंने कही है वो प्रमाणित हो गया, इसलिए कि मैंने कहा कि अपनी मर्जी से बने। उन्होंने खुद से कहा है कि अमित शाह जी से उनकी बातचीत हुई, अमित शाह जी ने उनको कहा कि आप ही के नाम पर सहमति है। अरे भाई, भारतीय जनता पार्टी तय करेगा कि जदयू का कौन मंत्री होगा? तो अगर जदयू का मंत्री भारतीय जनता पार्टी तय कर रहा था तो ये तो मालूम है ना कि आप क्या कर रहे थे। हमने जो बात कही थी वो सच साबित हुई और मुख्यमंत्री जी को उन्होंने खुद कहा, उन्होंने सूचना दिया, मुख्यमंत्री जी ने कहा कि जाइए बनिए।
मेरा कहना है कि बिहार में अभी जो परिस्थिति है वो फ्लूइड है, और जो आज में जो वर्तमान है वो गठबंधन चलेंगे नहीं। आप जो कह रहे हैं कि नीतीश जी की सोनिया से बात की, तो हमको इसकी जानकारी नहीं है, लेकिन इतना पक्का है कि वहाँ राजनीतिक बहुत उथल पुथल हो रही है, और आज नहीं तो कल वहाँ इसका नतीजा जरूर निकलेगा, तो इसलिए इंतज़ार करना चाहिए। ऐसा है ना कि आज कुछ कहना ठीक नहीं है, जरूर वहाँ उथल पुथल मची हुई है।
कांग्रेस का स्टैंड जो सही स्टैंड है वो लोकतंत्र बचाने का स्टैंड, देश की आज़ादी के लिए लड़ने वाला पार्टी आज देश को जिस विकास के नतीजे पर स्थिति पर लिया गया, वो देश गुलाम हो रहा है, देश बिक रहा है, देश की हर चीज़ बिक रहा है, इंसान की मूल्यों बिक रहा है। हमारे सारे संस्थान, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय हो, इलेक्शन कमीशन हो, संसद की गाड़ी में, वो सारा चीज़ बिक चुका है। तो ऐसे में देश को बचाने की ज़रूरत है, एक सही डेमोक्रेटिक प्रोसेस को एस्टेब्लिश करने की ज़रूरत है, जो कांग्रेस हमेशा उसका प्रयास में रही है। और इसके आधार पर जब जब लाइक माइंडेड पार्टी के साथ ज़रूरत हुआ तो कांग्रेस ने हमेशा अपना सही कदम उठाया।
देखिए, 2017 से जरूर चला रहे हैं, लेकिन हिंदुत्ववाद भी एक सवाल है, और हम लोग सेकुलर पार्टी, और सेकुलर होने के नाते हम लोग किसी धर्म पर आधारित और किसी खास वर्ग पर आधारित राजनीति करने वाले में से नहीं है। हम लोग समाजवादी हैं। हमारे नेता आज नीतीश कुमार हैं, कभी कर्पूरी ठाकुर रहे हैं, और जॉर्ज फर्नांडिस वगैरह न रहे हैं। इसलिए सबसे बड़ा कारण है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो हिंदुत्ववाद पर सारी बातों को लेते चली जा रही है, ये हम लोगों के नज़र में ठीक नहीं।
We have Aishwarya joining us live with more details. Good morning to you, Aishwarya. Looking at the current situation, it's an extraordinary one. In a short while from now, the JDU meeting that has been summoned with top BJP, I beg your pardon, with the top MLAs and the MPs of the party, will this meeting be the decider? What will happen next?
Well, a series of meetings have been scheduled today, just not of the JDU, which is scheduled to begin at around 11 a.m. with all the MPs and MLAs joining at 1 Awas Marg, the Chief Minister's residence. But on the other, what we are witnessing is the meeting of the RJD, where right now I am reporting from. This is Rabri Devi's residence, and the meeting of RJD on the other side have already begun. Just not the MLAs from the RJD camp, but also what we have witnessed is that the left leaders, the left MLAs have also joined this particular meeting of the RJD. Now today is of course a decider, both from the JDU. The meeting is going on, and RJD is holding its own meeting. On the other, what we have been learning from our sources is that at around 4 to 5 p.m. Congress will also hold its 19 MLAs meeting at the Congress office as well. So yes, a series of meetings today is scheduled, and it could be a deciding factor that what's going to be the fate of the political turmoil as far as the state of Bihar is concerned. But the sources within the JDU has been clearly stating that that even after Amit Shah, Home Minister, had a phone call with Nitish Kumar, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar had made his mind to come out of this alliance with the BJP, because there have been several instances which have been going on in the past as well. And there you can see at Rabri Devi's residence as well, there are several MLAs who are still entering this the residence. The RJD leaders now in a huddle to figure out that what's going to happen next as far as the strategy is concerned. But as I was mentioning, that Nitish Kumar had made his mind to come out of this alliance with the BJP, and now yesterday when I had also a word with the Congress in charge as well as the Congress President of Bihar, they were saying that Tejasvi Yadav is the face of Mahagathbandhan, and they prefer Tejasvi as the leader of Mahagathbandhan. Now, if Tejasvi Yadav is the face, then what will be the fate of Nitish Kumar in the state of Bihar? Because we have already seen one comment coming in from Upendra Kushwaha, the top aide of Nitish Kumar, saying that the personality that Nitish Kumar has is something of the prime ministerial post, and certainly this has made shockwaves in the political status of this state as well, because a lot of people are now thinking that if Tejasvi Yadav is the face, then what will be the fate of Nitish Kumar if RJD and JDU come into the alliance?
Absolutely. We'll break that information for our viewers joining in at this point. What Aishwarya has been mentioning when it comes to Nitish Kumar's top 8, Upendra Kushwaha also saying that when it comes to Nitish Kumar, having a personality and the qualification and the experience, who can actually become the country's next prime minister, because he seems to be eligible to become the prime minister. So it seems that there are many contenders from the opposition for the top post there. But let's first listen into what Upendra Kushwaha had to say when he was batting for Nitish Kumar as the next PM.
आज की तारीख में एनडीए में प्रधानमंत्री हैं नरेंद्र मोदी जी, लेकिन व्यक्तित्व के रूप में या एक पर्सनालिटी जो देश भर के स्तर पे देखा जा रहा है, उसके आधार पे यदि आकलन किया जाए तो नीतीश कुमार जी प्रधानमंत्री बनने के हर तरह से योग्य हैं। अब उस व्यक्ति के बारे में यह कहना ठीक है कि राजनीतिक परिस्थिति के हिसाब से चीजें होती हैं, आज हम कोई दावेदारी नहीं कर रहे हैं, लेकिन नीतीश कुमार जी प्रधानमंत्री बनने की हर तरह की योग्यता रखते हैं।
All right, we also have Aditya joining us live at this point. Quickly, an update, Aditya, on your front when it comes to this crucial meeting that has been called. We know that back-to-back meetings that have been called, but it is the monsoon session which is still on, and top JDU leaders, the MPs, have been summoned to Bihar.
Well, exactly. As far as the monsoon session is concerned, we actually happen to question a couple of MPs, JDU MPs, who actually landed at Patna airport the last night. So we've been told that the session was, of course, adjourned, and they were actually planning to come back to Patna. But this is what their personal stand is. And also interesting to note here is that as per this JDU sources that has transpired as of now, that the agenda points of today's meeting of the Janata Dal United includes first the remark of BJP chief JP Nadda on regional parties that he made while he was on a trip in Patna. And second, of course, the resignation of former Union Minister and former JDU chief RCP Singh as well.
All right, so that has been the bone of contention when it comes to RPC Singh leaving the party there. But when it also, Aishwarya, if we come to a point when the BJP and the centre seems to be closely monitoring the situation unfolding in Bihar, what is also coming through sources that Union Home Minister also had a word with Nitish Kumar. What came out of it?
Union Home Minister had a word with Nitish Kumar yesterday morning, but the sources within the JDU is saying that Nitish Kumar had made his mind, and after that phone call, nothing has changed. Nitish Kumar is adamant of leaving the alliance with the BJP. The NDA will break down in the state of Bihar. That's what the top sources have been saying. But on the other side, the BJP is keeping quiet on the entire issue. They are on the wait and watch policy as far as today's meeting of JDU, Congress and RJD is concerned, and only after that the BJP will come out with any such decision and they will make any further step.
Right, but when it comes to through sources, Aditya, you can give more information on that, what is being said over the current situation, and Aishwarya, you can also tell us more on the situation there. Inside information coming in, how there were attempts to break the JDU, and there is also said to be some sort of a tape which has also been recorded in a way of how those leaders from the JDU, the MLAs in particular, were offered money and minister berth, cabinet berths that we are talking about, Aditya. And Aishwarya, if you can break more details exactly, were there any offers being given to them, the JDU leaders?
Well, there was a break JDU plot which clearly is coming out as far as the JDU leaders are concerned. Yes, there have been tape recordings that are that are with the top leadership of the BJP, and yesterday as well, when Times Now broke this news that there was a special responsibility that was given to RCP Singh and Ashok Chaudhary to break JDU, and also Ashok Chaudhary was given responsibility to break Congress as well. Certainly there have been this information was later on passed to Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, to which he was very angry about what is going on. The control was in hands, of course, of the BJP in the state of Bihar. Remember, after the government formation, when 2 deputy chief ministers was made in the state of Bihar, Nitish Kumar was not very happy, and soon after that, there were several occasions where BJP and the top leadership of the BJP had given certain names to the JDU as well, that who will be the JDU ministers in the government, and therefore Nitish Kumar was not very happy. And the last few days, this break JDU plot was going on, in which there was several amount of money that was given. The tape recordings were there, and series of things have come out, and due to which now Nitish Kumar had finally made his mind, and sources saying that today would be an all-important day where MPs and MLAs have been called in, and a final decision can come out of what is going to be the fate of the Bihar politics.
Absolutely. So, Aditya, on that note, when it comes to what exactly led to this situation of an impending wing when it comes to breakaway from the NDA alliance, that is said to be the RCP model and also the Chirag model, something that Chirag Paswan has also really dismissed, saying that the JDU already was facing with enough problems.
Well, exactly. As far as the Chirag model and the other model, because Lalan Singh never made the statement on the second conspiracy, because he said only time will come, and it is only after this time comes he will actually divulge into what exactly that conspiracy was and how it was actually plotted against CM Nitish Kumar. But then, even then, Lalan Singh was very categorical that the entire plot was to decimate
So
the
not
political
a repeat of
stature.
Maharashtra and Bihar. That is what Nitish Kumar seems to be looking for when it comes to dumping the alliance with the NDA, with the BJP. But remains to be seen how the opposition is also closely monitoring the situation. What is being said through sources that if the RJD alliance with Nitish Kumar's JDU, the other opposition parties like the Congress and the HAM and the left could also follow suit. Listen in.
ये बात सही है, लोकतंत्र अभी खतरे में है और जब भी जिन्होंने भी खास करके भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ बगावत किया है, उनके साथ गलत व्यवहार किया गया है, तो मैं तो वही माननीय मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार जी से कहना चाहूँगा, घबराइए नहीं, पूरे बिहार आपके साथ है और आपको जो निर्णय लेना है राज्य के हित में वो लीजिए और आपके साथ पूरा बिहार खड़ा है। दहशत बना रहा है अभी, क्योंकि इसका जो जमीन है ना खत्म हो चुका है, अभी जमीन पे कुछ नहीं रहा। इनके पास अभी वोट नहीं है, सिर्फ हवाबाजी है। पूरे भारत में ये दहशत बना के कहीं ना कहीं राज करना चाहता है, रूल करना चाह रहा है। जो है सरकार बनना है वो बहुमत का आंकड़ा का खेल है और आंकड़ा ऑलरेडी अभी आज की तारीख में माननीय मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार जी के पास है, आरजेडी के पास है, कांग्रेस है, लेफ्ट है, इन लोगों के पास आंकड़ा पर्याप्त है।
So even when it comes to the numbers stacking comfortably in position and in favor of Nitish Kumar, even if he decides to go with the RJD and the opposition parties to form the Mahagathbandhan once again in the state of Bihar, we head into a short break.